Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everybody is doing well. Let's see, something exciting that I did. My nieces and I were reading, and and Sierra, my daughter, read together because of Winn-Dixie. We read it like really quick in just a couple of days. My niece and I will FaceTime each other. When she comes. I have her every other week, and when she's not with me, um, we FaceTime and read together. And then she was with me all this week because her mom is a nurse. So she works really long hours overnight, and then she has to sleep during the daytime. So they come over and I take care of them during the weeks their mom is working. So we just finished. I'll have to show you the pictures of Sunday too, because Sunday was snuggling us and reading us too. Let me find a picture real quick. But we finished yesterday, and my niece Ariana, she loved it so very much. And then for those of you who had me for fifth grade, you remember the Winn-Dixie party? Well, we had a Winn-Dixie party and had all the treats and everything, and then watched the movie last night. Can you see? This is Sunday when we were reading. She's like in heaven. She just comes and snuggles us too, and she was reading it with us. So we had a little Winn-Dixie party yesterday. We made a cake and we had dump punch and all that stuff. It was just a little small thing. It was fun. But today we are going to begin. I just saw it just a second ago. Begin reading Edward Tulane. So in addition to house arrest, I'm also reading some other stuff for enjoyment. I hope that you are as well. So today's assignment for Tuesday, you're going to continue reading K.A. Holt's House Arrest. Again, you can either read it on scribed.com, or if you want to just listen to her in her YouTube videos that she has posted for us, you can listen here, or do like Mrs. Ash, do both of them. We're going to continue working on determining the connotation of a word as it's used in a text, and then also analyzing the impact specific words have, including rhymes, repetition, how they're used in the story, and what their impact is on these words. So when you're finished reading, you'll click on today's activity. Go to your Google Classroom. There's a copy for you that you can just edit there. And it looks like this. Let's go back to the beginning. So the first part is loaded words. So thinking about connotation and denotation again. And the directions say, read each list of words below on the upcoming slides. Each word has a different connotation, but the same general denotation. So they basically mean the same thing. Their dictionary definition is almost the same, but they all have a different connotation. Remember, the connotation has, we have to think about the context the word is used in. And we also have to think about that emotional weight, what the word makes you feel, what makes the reader feel when they read it. So you'll be thinking about connotation and denotation, and then decide what the general denotation is for each group, and write your answer on the line provided, you'll see. Then number the words in each group from most positive connotation to most negative connotation. So 1 would be the most positive, and some of them have just a negative connotation in general, but some are just a little bit kinder or a little bit more positive than others, and then the most negative. So let Mrs. Ash, I'm just going to show you this for an example right here. So this is our example page. So these words right here: scrawny, lean, skinny, bony, slender, slim, thin. Their general denotation, if I looked any of these up in the dictionary, their general denotation, the dictionary definition is thin, right? But so that's what the general denotation is, kind of like their general definition, what they overall mean together if we look them up in the dictionary. But their denotation is very different. This slide reminds me of Mr. Ash, because Mr. Ash is very tall and he's very thin, and he always has been. It's just his natural physique. So sometimes people will say things to him like, "Oh, you're so skinny. When you turn sideways, do people lose you?" And sometimes he gets mad, but pretty much he just brushes it off. But if I were going to take a look at this list right here: scrawny, lean, skinny, bony, slender, slim, thin, some of them definitely have a more negative connotation, and some of them definitely have a more positive connotation. So I think, and we won't all have the exact same answers, there's a little wiggle room right here, but I think the most positive connotation would be this one right here, slender. And then slim, lean, thin, those all have a pretty positive connotation too. Oh, he's nice and lean. Oh, he's nice and slender. Four, and then here, these ones get a little bit more negative. Bony, skinny, scrawny. I'm going to go, I think this one, and then this one, and then I think scrawny is the most negative of all of these. So you'll see as you scroll through on each of these next slides, there'll be a list of words that have the same general denotation. You'll write down what the general denotation is in the arrow, and then just number them in order from most positive to most negative. So 1 is positive, and the higher the number gets, it's the most negative. So you'll go through that list of words. And then at the end of today's lesson, there's just a few questions, and I want you to think about words and their impact and why readers choose them. So authors and poets are very intentional with their words. Look through today's reading assignment and pick out the most powerful words K.A. Holt uses and discuss why she chooses the words she does. What impact do they have on the story and you as a reader? So when I looked at this assignment today, some of the most powerful words that I thought came on this section, week 29, when I don't want to give anything away. I hope you've read it already. But here where this section right here where Timothy goes to visit Mrs. B, his counselor, again, and he tells her, "So, you finally did it." That's what I yelled at Mrs. B. The words flew from my mouth like angry bees buzzing around the room. I like that sound. Those words are really intentional there, but here's that simile. Her word, and some personification. The words flew from my mouth like angry bees buzzing. So we have some onomatopoeia. Oh, this sentence is so loaded. We have some onomatopoeia, we have a simile, we have some personification, really powerful. She actually took a step back, the smile leaving her face, more personification, just disappearing in 1 second. Timothy? You called social services. You called Carla Ramirez. How could you? How could you? The bees were in my head after that buzzing, getting tangled up in my thoughts, getting lost in my bloodstream, making my fingers tingle and burn. I picked up the plant, the one with the crinkled leaves, the one that sits beside the computer, and I threw it hard against the wall where the pot shattered and made a loud crashing noise, and Mrs. B jumped back, her mouth turning to a big O, and the door flew open. Mom, we were a triangle. No one saying anything, just breathing. This one page right here, K.A. Holt, you're a master, an expert, a wonderful writer. It's loaded with all kinds of really powerful words. So if I were to answer this question right here, pick out the most powerful words K.A. Holt uses, this page is definitely filled with powerful words. So there's this section, there's tons of powerful words. So don't use the same ones that I pick out, but pick out some more powerful words. But the words that I thought were the most powerful on this page were right here. Shattered, crashing. What else? Well, shattered and crashing. There's some on the next page, but I want you all to be able to find some yourself. To burn, his thoughts getting lost in his bloodstream. All of those words are super powerful. And the impact they have, the second part of the question, what impact do they have on the story and on you as a reader? Those words are like shocking, and the impact they have on the story is that they show how angry Timothy is at that point. Like he can't even contain his anger. It's buzzing through his body and it just comes crashing out of it and it shatters whatever is around him. So on the story, it just shows how angry Timothy is and how it's all built up inside of him and how he's really feeling inside. And the impact that it has on me as a reader is that I am right there in that room with Timothy. I can feel exactly what he is feeling. So in my response, that's exactly what I would write right here. I would just jot down those words that I thought were super impactful. I might have a sentence starter that says, the words I found that had the greatest impact, or the words that I found were most powerful were, dot, dot, dot. And then I would answer the second part. I think K.A. Holt uses these words because, and then talk about the impact on the story and the impact on you as a reader. And then your last and final question right here. In this section, K.A. Holt uses tons of onomatopoeia. Remember, onomatopoeia are those sound words like pop, smack, smash, buzz, all of those words. What impact, find some examples of onomatopoeia that she uses in this section of the story, and then think about the impact that her use of onomatopoeia has on the story and on you as a reader. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can turn this assignment in your Google Classroom. Each of you will have a copy of your own in your Google Classroom and turn it in there. Email me, call me if you have any questions. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you later. Bye.